Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. So in today's video, I am going to be doing a full face of Dollar Tree makeup. So I am really excited because I got some new products that I wanted to test out that I haven't tried yet. So it's just going to be a full face of all products from the dollar store. So if you have not already done so, please subscribe to my channel so you can see all of my future uploads, and let's get started. I did a big Dollar Tree haul the other day. I actually made a video of it, so I'll link it up here for you to check that out as well. So I did get some new makeup and I wanted to test it out with the makeup that I already own from Dollar Tree, just to kind of make like a full face out of it. So let's go ahead and dive into that. Okay, so this primer I already had from the Dollar Tree. It's the Smoothing Face Primer, and it does say it's color correcting. So it says it clears, minimizes pores. So that's really nice. It is from LA Colors. I tested it before and it honestly was really nice. Like, I was actually very surprised at how much I really did enjoy it. My makeup really did stay on a good amount, like throughout the day. Like, I didn't really have, I had like minimal creasing and stuff like that. You know, I was wearing a mask just because I was out and like doing some errands and stuff. So, you know, just from that, it's hard to, you know, for makeup to stay truly on with, especially with masks and stuff. But you know, I did really like it, and I was very actually impressed by it. So I'm hoping that today is the same thing. So I primed the face, that's all set. So let's move into foundation. Alright, so I am really excited because someone actually told me to try this. So it is the Sassy and Chic Moisturizing Foundation, and it is in light. I think they only have light, medium, and dark in these shades, you know, which it's not a big variety, but if you can make it work and it works well, then go ahead and give it a try. But this is my first time trying it, so I am very excited to give it a shot. I heard pretty good things about it, so I do want to test it out. Alright, so here it is. It says apply and blend with fingertips. I'm going to use a dampened beauty sponge today just because I don't really like applying foundation with my fingers. So I'm going to go ahead and use a beauty sponge. So I'm going to put some on the back of my hand, and this is in light. It looks like pretty thick. I think it's supposed to be, oh, it's a foundation. I wasn't sure if it was a tinted moisturizer, but it doesn't really have a scent, which I enjoy. I don't really like scented foundations. Alright, so let's see. I mean, given that there's only 3 shades to choose from, light, medium, dark, the light actually isn't bad. I wasn't sure how light it actually was going to be, but it's actually not bad. Like the color, so that's pretty good. It feels nice. It is supposed to be moisturizing, so I definitely feel that. Like, I don't feel like it has any matteness to it or anything like that. Let's see how buildable it is with coverage. Alright, so that was one coat. It actually looks really nice. It definitely is not like a super full coverage foundation, but it definitely is moisturizing. It feels really nice on the skin. So I'm just going to go in with a little bit more just to see how buildable it is. A touch more and see if we can kind of build up the coverage a little bit. Especially around my chin. I feel like lately I've been breaking out a little bit down there, so I wanted to see if I can build that up a little bit more. Alright, so that was with a little bit more. I actually really like the finish of it. Like, it really looks nice and moisturizing. Like, my skin looks nice and healthy. It definitely doesn't look cakey or anything like that. It did build up in coverage a little bit once I put a little bit more on. So it really is nice. Like, it feels nice on the skin. It's lightweight, does not feel drying at all. It's definitely moisturizing, as it says it is. So yeah, that's really nice. I actually really like this. Definitely not the most full coverage foundation, but I think this would be nice for like an everyday look, or if you wanted to do more natural and light, I think that would be perfect. So I really do like it. I think it's great. Alright, so I wasn't able to find a true concealer, but I did find this. It says it's LA Colors. It says Conceal Correct. So it is supposed to cover dark spots and circles. So, I mean, I think it's supposed to be a concealer, but we'll see because they only had one shade. So yeah, we'll see how it is because they had the same product, like the exact same thing, and it said conceal correct, but it didn't, but it had different options. So there was one for like more redness, there was one for more like yellow tones, one for more darker tones. So we will see how this works as a concealer, which I'm hoping that we can do. So this is what it looks like. It's definitely more peachy. I think that's what, yeah, the color is actually peach. So let's see. It has a nice doe foot. That's nice. So let's see like how it actually comes out. Oh, yeah, it's actually peach. So this is definitely a color corrector. Just put a little bit and see if that brightens up or covers up my dark circles. I'm going to use my Beauty Blender and go ahead and kind of blend this out because I do have some dark circles under my eyes. That's why I chose this option. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with concealer. So I didn't have a concealer. They didn't have a concealer at the Dollar Tree, so I'm just going to go in with the e.l.f. Camo. And I'm going to see if this actually helps with my dark circles. Alright, so let's see how that works. Alright, let's see. So I mean, it's definitely not a concealer. Like, it's definitely too dark of a shade. So it is supposed to cover up dark circles. I mean, maybe that's the concealer that I put on over it, but I think it looks pretty good. I don't necessarily think that this is something that I would be using all the time. I think that, like, it's a nice product just to cover up a little bit of those dark circles. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's nice. And for $1, like, I really wanted to try it, so I'm glad I did. So for powder, I'm just going to set my under eyes with the Essence Brighten Up. Alright, and let's move on to eyes. So I picked up this 12 color eyeshadow palette from LA Colors, and this is called Supernatural. So they did have different kinds of shade ranges for palettes, but I did want to pick this one up because I thought it was like, it has like a lot of blues and grays, so I wanted to do something like that. So I thought that would be cool. Comes with this little brush here, but I'm not going to be using this today. And that is what it looks like open. So I think they're really pretty colors. Like, they look beautiful. So I'm really excited to do something with this today. Alright, so let's dive in. I'm excited. Alright, so I'm going to start with this kind of midnight blue there. And I just want to see like how it picks up. Like a nice smoky eye today. Oh, wow. Very pigmented. Like, I honestly did not put a lot of product on the brush at all, and it is very pigmented, so that is nice. I'm just gonna put this in my crease. And I have tried one of these eyeshadow palettes before from LA Colors, and I really did like it. It had more of a variety of colors in there. So it did have some like pastels too, which was really cute. Like, I did like a cute little eyeshadow look. So definitely check that out. But yeah, I was like really pleasantly surprised with the pigment on it. I'm gonna try and like flick this out a little bit just to make like a little wing almost. Just gonna go in with a little bit more. The formula itself is a little patchy. That could just also be the shade too, because sometimes these darker shades are a little harder to use. But, I mean, I think it looks pretty good. As long as you like, really blend it and buff it out, then you can get rid of that patchiness. And it's just a little bit, like, it's not like a deal breaker, I don't think. I'm gonna get a bigger, like, fluffier brush just to kind of like diffuse it out, blend it out a little bit, just to make sure everything is even and it's not like patchy or anything. All right, so I think I'm gonna go in next with that almost like greenish blue kind of shade. All right, so I'm gonna work that shade kind of on like my outer corner and bring it up to my crease a little bit. So let's see, it does look like a really beautiful shade. So I'm just gonna like pack it here. And again, very, very pigmented. Like I'm really not putting a lot of product on my brush. So I'm just gonna kind of like bring it up to my crease just a little bit. Just want to deepen up that color. I'm just gonna like stamp it there in the corner and then just bring it up a little bit. Because I love these two shades together. I think they're really pretty. That is super, super pigmented. And this shade actually is not really patchy at all. I think the first one was just, it had a little bit more patchiness to it. But again, it might be just, you know, the shade, just because they're different tones. Just gonna go ahead and kind of clean it up a little bit. And that's pretty. It has like a green blue to it. I like that. Some of the shades in here look like they have a little bit of a shine to it, like a shimmer. So I want to like test it out just to see. Ooh, that one's pretty. Ooh, that one's nice too. I think I'm going to use this one. All right, so I'm going to try that shade and do it all over my lid just to see how that works. I'm just going to grab like a flat brush like that and just kind of stamp it on there. Ooh, that's pretty. I think it actually will be better with my finger. So let me try with my finger. Ooh, okay. Definitely better with the finger. It has like that blue tone to it, but it also has, it almost looks like a little bit of purple too. But I think that's so pretty. Oh, that's really, really pretty. I love that. And this is also super pigmented too. I mean, it definitely did come out better on my finger than it did on the brush. Ooh, I am loving this. All right, I'm gonna work that almost green color again, the one that I used on my outer corner, and I'm just gonna build it up a little bit more just to kind of get that shade really seen. I'm gonna bring it up here a little bit. I'm just gonna take a bigger fluffy brush and just kind of like diffuse everything out. Make sure everything looks good. And they're very easy to blend. So, I mean, for $1, like, you know, they're easy to blend. They're very pigmented. A little bit of patchiness, a little bit of fallout, but honestly nothing that you can't work with. All right, so there's this like silvery gray right there. And I'm going to put that on my inner corner just to kind of lighten it up a bit. Just want to lighten it up a little bit, like towards my inner. See if we can use this. This one doesn't show up as much, but there is this white shade in here too, so I'm going to try and use that for my inner corner as well. Okay, that's better. I'm going to go on my my lash line. I'm going to take that greenish blue shade again, and I'm going to put that on my lower lash line. I'm going to smoke that out. Just because we're like nice and smoky up top, we got to match the bottom. Just going to take this kind of pencil brush and I'm going to use that to buff it out down here. I'm also going to take the shade that I did on my full lid, this one right here, and I'm going to put that underneath as well, like kind of more towards my inner eye. I want to see if it'll like brighten it up a little bit. Ooh, that's pretty. All right, so we have a nice smoky eye going right now. So I'm loving, loving, loving this look. So next I'm going to go in with this liquid liner that I picked up, and this is from LA Colors. So it is just a black liquid liner. It says it has an ultra fine tip, which is really nice. Nice for like precision and eyeliner work. All right, so just got her open. I'm going to show you. I'm going to open it up. Ooh, that is like a very, very ultra fine tip. Very nice. All right, so let's go ahead and do some liner. Oh, that's really nice. It's like definitely an extra fine tip, which is easy to use when doing liner. I'm gonna attempt to do like a little wing. We have dramatic eyes, so I'm like, let's just, you know, keep it going. Okay, pretty. That looks nice. I'm going to do the other eye. Alright, so I went ahead and did the other eye with the winged liner, and I think it looks really, really nice. It was very easy to use. You kind of really have to like go in a few times to really get product on there, but it has a really ultra fine tip to the pen, to the brush. So with that, it's really easy to apply the liner, and I always struggle with doing a winged liner. Like, I hate doing it. But this was actually really easy. Like, it actually was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So I really, really like that. So I got this lash building mascara from LA Colors, and it's the shade Very Black. So I do want to try and use this today. So this says it lengthens and extends lashes. And then it says more volume. So it's supposed to give us volume, supposed to extend our lashes. So let's see how it works. And the tube itself is like very small. It's like a mini, which actually isn't too bad. Like, I don't mind mini mascaras just because I think sometimes it's easier to use. You know, and like if you're on the go, you can just throw it in your bag and not have it take up a lot of room. So this is what the wand looks like. It's very, very small. It's really tiny. So let's go ahead and see how it works on my lashes. It looks like kind of dried out, to be honest with you. I'm not getting much product. Alright, I don't know if it's like this mascara in particular, like the one that I have in my hands. But it seems like it's almost a little like dried out. Lengthening them. It's not the greatest mascara I've ever used, but giving me as much volume as I thought. But it's not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and do coat my bottom. You know, it does lengthen the lashes. I don't know much. I don't know if it does volumize them, but it does lengthen them. I think maybe the one that I got was a little bit more dried out, but it wasn't really giving me enough product. But I am going to go in with the Ioni eyelashes. These are my favorite. I love these. These are in the Natural Light Wispy. These are like one of my favorite ones. So I'm going to pop those on and I will be right back. Alright, so lashes are on. I love these lashes, by the way. They're awesome. I think they're so nice. They're very natural. You can kind of wear it with any kind of look. So these are definitely one of my go-tos. Alright, so time to move on to bronzer. So I actually found this Wet n Wild bronzer at the Dollar Tree. I was so excited when I saw it. So let's see how this works. It's definitely a shade a little bit darker than what I normally go towards, especially right now in the winter, just because I am not as tan as I am in the summer. So I hope it doesn't get too dark, but it is a beautiful bronzer shade. Like, that's such a nice tone. Ooh, very pigmented. I did not put a lot on my brush, just in case it was really pigmented, which it is. So we're going to have to buff that out a little bit, but that's okay. It's very, very bronzy. And I love those kind of tones when I do bronzer. So it has that like nice, beautiful, like sun-kissed feel. And it's a beautiful, beautiful bronzer. I just hope that it doesn't end up looking like muddy almost, because sometimes it can do that, but it's looking good so far. I think I have to blend this side out just a smidge more, just because I didn't think that it was going to be this pigmented. But I think that's beautiful. It gives a nice bronze to the face. Like, I love it. It's definitely a little darker than what I do, but this was the only shade that they had in the bronzer, so I just figured let's give it a go. We'll try it. But yeah, I do really like it. I think it's a beautiful shade. It gives a nice bronzy look, like a nice sun-kissed feel. So I am loving it. This is going to be really nice actually in the summer when I have a nice tan, so I'm excited to use this then. Alright, and so for blush, I have the LA Color blush. This is the shade Pink. It's one of the single blushes that they do. I have used this before, which I do really like. I just did not find a new shade when I went last time. So I just figured we could use this one again. And although it's very light, like it looks really light in the pan, so like in the pan it looks really light, it's actually very pigmented. Like it comes out nice and rosy on the cheeks, so I like that. I always apply a little bit of blush to my nose. Alright, so for lips I'm going to use the Maybelline Color Jolt Intense Lip Paint. So I got this, I've used this before. I wasn't thrilled with the shade, but I did want to give it a try again today because I have a different eye look going on, so I'm hoping that it will look better. I did really like the formula on this though. It is very creamy. It's very creamy and it feels like nourishing on the lips too. It's like a Barbie pink, which definitely doesn't, like, it's not my look. But in the actual tube itself, like it almost looks a little bit more mauve-y rather than like a Barbie pink, but we'll just see how it is. It also smells really good. So not my shade of choice, but I really do like the formula of it. Like I think it feels so nice on the lips. Like it has that nice glossy look. It says that it's only a lip paint, so it's not necessarily a lipstick, but it has like really nice pigmentation to it. Like it has a really nice color to it. So I mean, yeah, I think it's beautiful. Like the formula is beautiful. It feels really nourishing on my lips. So I do like that to it. All right, everyone. So that is it. That was my full face of using all Dollar Tree makeup. I am obsessed with this look. I think that the eyes look beautiful. Like that eyeshadow palette is really, really nice. Granted, there was a little bit of patchiness in some of the shades, but it was very pigmented. Like every shade that I used was really nice in that aspect. It was easy to blend. There was some fallout, but nothing major. But I do really like it. I think I'll definitely be using this again. Like it is a beautiful palette for a nice smoky eye look if you like more like cool tones for smoky eyes, so that's really nice. I loved the bronzer. I thought that was really, really nice. The foundation is beautiful too. It's very moisturizing. It leaves like a nice finish look to the skin. So yeah, I mean, I thought that was great. I loved that. And the eyelashes also one of my favorites. I use them all the time. And the mascara wasn't necessarily my favorite just because it just, you know, wasn't coming out that great. I think that the one that I had was a little bit dried out, but that's okay. But yeah, I think that's a very successful Dollar Tree makeup look. I am very happy with it. Let me know what you think. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. So again, if you have not already done so, subscribe to my channel so you can just hang out with me again and we can do some makeup together. So I will see you all very soon in my next video. Thanks so much. Bye.